This podcast is a part of the Royal We Network.
Spit on me.
Should we just start with it?
Let's just roll with it.
All right, welcome to another episode of the Royal We. I'm Sam.
I'm Nate.
This is a podcast about the news. Mm-hmm. What we do, if you guys are joining us for the first time, normally we read headlines.
Yep.
And we have conjecture-based conversations about the facts.
Yep.
We allow ourselves only one article to read. Allow ourselves only one. Well, we have a card. If we play that card, we get to choose. Here's the rules, folks. Mm-hmm. We read a bunch of headlines, get to choose one to read.
Yeah, we conjecture about them.
We guess.
Ponder about them. And then we get one we can, if we so choose, we can throw down and say, what's that all about?
You guys get it. You know, most of you guys are probably returning customers. Is there any of you at all?
Yeah.
Right?
Redeem your coupons now.
If you're confused, you can tweet at us, at Royal WeCast. You can also send us headlines for us to have conversations about, at Royal WeCast on Twitter or royalwecast@gmail.com.
Gmail.
You can also, we're just getting to the business right off the top today.
Spreading the business on.
It's just a thick layer of business.
Ooh.
You all right?
It was that business. Laying it on thick.
Came out sideways.
Oh, that business came out quick.
You guys can also send us sound effects to help us get from topic to topic because sometimes we need help. This week, I want to thank Charles for this sound effect.
God damn!
Oh,
Thank you, Charlie. I guess let's just get right into it, man.
let's rock and roll. Let's just, I'm feeling it, man.
Yeah,
Let's roll.
okay. All right.
Let's roll.
Okay,
Let's roll.
all
Let's
right,
roll.
all right,
Let's roll.
okay,
Get
okay.
loose. Get loose, goose.
Ooh, right off the top, I want to thank Vanessa. Ooh, I don't remember her name. I'm going to say her name's Vanessa.
It was something like that.
Friend of the show. She said something. She gave us the...
You always just pause and look at it.
Nah, fuck that. Her name's Vanessa.
Okay.
If it wasn't, it is now.
It was something like
Or
that.
Victoria.
Victoria, Vanessa.
Or Vicky? Hey, Vicky. Thank you for telling us them Harry Potter facts.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out. Shout out, girl. Friends of the show. Listen to the show. You're
out.
officially now a friend of the show because
Yeah.
you gave us Harry Potter facts. The all-boys schools, Durmstrang.
Yeah.
Durmstrong.
Let's call you V.
Hey, V. Thanks for them.
Yeah.
You're the official Harry Potter fact person of the show.
Yep.
I bet you there's a bunch of people listening like, damn it.
Oh, I could have nailed that.
That was me.
I remember last time you were asking me all this stuff, and I was like, man, I've not read the books. I just now watched the movies. And you were like, what's the school in another country? I'm like, was that in the movies? Because that's all I've seen.
That's in the fourth movie, man.
Is it?
When I went to Harry Potter World in Universal, it's a magical place. It's magical.
Butterbeer.
And yeah, but oh man, did I tell you this? When I was walking around, I was in the Harry Potter world. Let me put the original story on pause, and I'll come. This is
Okay.
the news story about butterbeer.
Okay.
So I was walking around, and I went to a bar in Harry Potter World, or like one of them deli places, just a place to get food. And I bought a beer, and I left Harry Potter World with a beer in my hand. And I was around Harry Potter World, but I wasn't in Harry Potter World anymore. And a woman with a little child pointed and said, "Look, butterbeer, Harry Potter." And I was like, "Excuse me, this is real beer." And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Yeah.
And it's like we were talking about before you fall asleep and you think all the dumb shit you've ever said in your life.
Yeah.
That comes up. That's a key. That's a highlight in the highlight reel of dumb shit I've done.
That's it?
Well, I mean, like, that's embarrassing. Be like, I'm a big boy.
I'm a big boy, and I drink real beers.
This is a big beer. I got it from Harry Potter
It's
himself.
a big boy beer. Leave me alone, woman.
You tell that child this is alcohol
You can't have this.
because I have hair on my balls. We're in a magical land of whimsy.
Yeah, we're just outside the realm.
But when I was there, there was like a Hogwarts aide that was leading like
Like a tour.
well, he was leading a tour of like women dressed like the all girls school, and
okay.
like, 3 women like that, and then 3 men dressed like the all boys school, and the women were like blowing people kisses and being really flirty, right? And then the men were kind of just grimacing and walking around. And I was like, "This is magical."
Now I do remember the other schools. Now that you said that, because they came in and did big entrances. I totally forgot about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now back to our regular program.
Yeah. Buddy-doody.
Why are we talking about Harry Potter? Oh, because Vanessa or Vicky.
Yeah.
Vicky.
The V.
Yeah, the V. Thanks, V. Let's get into the news.
Let's go.
Here's one that I found myself.
All right.
Man airdrops Subway sandwich from tiny plane for hungry friend.
Well, that's a good friend. I mean, but he's
a good friend, but what are the circumstances in which?
and how tiny of a plane that I had to mention. You airdropped the Subway sandwich.
I imagine it's not a drone. I thought immediately drone, but
No, he says tiny plane.
yes. My thoughts are he's a hungry friend and I guess he needs help. He needs food, but he's not in trouble.
Yeah, because otherwise you'd rescue him with your tiny plane.
How tiny? But maybe it was too tiny. All it could fit was a Subway sub.
Yeah, it's me and a Subway sub, buddy. I'm dropping you the sandwich. Hang tight. I'll be back with more help.
In a bigger plane.
Yeah, I'll be back with a bigger plane and like a rescue packet or something like
You know how disappointing disappointed I would be if a Subway sub. I'm like, dude, no, help me.
Yeah, like if you were stranded on a desert island and you were like, I'm going to die, and a plane flies over, and you're like, oh, thank God. You're so excited. You get so excited
And
that
a Subway sub
you're like,
drops.
it's rescue, and you're like, they're dropping something. They're dropping rations so they can come
That's
back and
good
get
for
me.
a day.
And then a Subway sandwich lands.
Onions.
Is this balsamic?
Oh man, that's not my special flavor.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own Subway's flavor.
Imagine being, yeah.
What's your
Imagine-
Subway flavor?
I like to turn everything into pizza.
Are we back in Harry Potter world?
We are. I'm a big boy, and I want my sandwiches all to be pizza. No,
Look, a sandwich. No, ma'am. This is pizza.
because you know how you have the illusion when you go to Subway that you're going to eat fresh and possibly eat healthy.
Perhaps.
And perhaps, you know, or you get a fucking meatball sub that's just like a whole sheep ground up.
I normally eat sheep. It's not sheep. It's not mutton. Their meatballs aren't mutton.
You don't know.
You're right. I don't know.
Mutton balls. Mutton ball subs.
It'd be way more expensive than the horse or whatever they're putting in it.
Need fresh. If you, but so I'll go in and be like, no, I'll have the like the turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
But I'd have them toast it, put banana peppers, black olives, and marinara sauce on it.
Oh,
and then
that's the pizza.
Yeah, so then it just tastes like pizza, but it's way better for you, so you can hold up that illusion of eating fresh.
Sorry.
Eating mutton barrel.
Well, apparently every meat there is turkey.
Really?
Every turkey. Even the ham is turkey. The turkey's turkey, obviously. The meatballs are turkey.
Well,
it's all
no,
turkey.
obviously. I'm thinking the ham is turkey.
It's all turkey. Look, should I look it up? I mean, no. Well, you play the card if you want to play the card on that.
It'll be a story that you just came up with.
We can play the card on my nonsense if you want.
Yeah, I'm down to find out if I know that there's not as much percentage of chicken in things at a lot of fast food restaurants than you actually think is chicken.
What do you mean? How could you make things? How could you supply? What do you mean?
They put like sand and stuff in burritos.
No, they don't.
Basically sand. Hey,
But a chicken is a piece of a chicken.
until you grind it up and put sand in there with it or whatever you to fill it out.
I saw this really funny thing. Jamie Oliver went to like West Virginia, or some like the most unhealthy state in the Union.
Right. The Union? Yeah. Oh, Union Jack. Okay.
Jamie Oliver.
Yeah, I saw
He
that.
went down there and he's just like trying to health it up.
Yep.
Which is funny because he's kind of a dumpy looking dude. He's not like the picture of health.
Yeah. Didn't he actually because he opened up some kitchens and stuff around there to try and change. I think it moved. I think it moved. I think West Virginia moved up from the most unhealthy state to like the third most unhealthy state.
Mississippi's got to be in there. Alabama. Them. I heard somewhere that like in like the Hales somewhere that Mountain Dew is cheaper than water. So there's all this problem with kids have this thing called Mountain Dew tooth, where all their tooth just fall out. All their tooth
just fall out.
They just fall out the head because of Mountain Dew tooth.
Mountain Dew tooth.
We can play the card on that too.
We can do Mountain Dew tooth. Hey, yeah.
Sam just spouting a bunch of nonsense and hearsay.
All the ham is turkey, and your Mountain Dew tooth. The tooth just fall out of your head.
I think that's true.
I've seems like I've heard something about that.
But
too.
anyway, Jamie Oliver was down there in West Virginia trying to make the schools healthy. And he got a group of kids and he showed them how chicken nuggets are made. And he just like took a bunch of like chicken skin and like the bits off a bone and just ground it all up and then like they made it like a pink sludge. And he's like, now, how many of you will eat this? And they're like, yeah,
all of us.
Right, us.
Yeah.
That sounds great. And he's like, oh, that didn't
go over.
That's not how. He's like, all right, get this. I can't do it, Jamie Oliver.
I don't know Jamie Oliver either.
Hold on a second. We're going to come back. Okay, we're back. We just spent the last 10 minutes Googling Jamie Oliver shirtless.
You spent the last 10 minutes. I was like, what do you went, there's a reason I want to see this. And I was like, what's the reason, man? I'm missing the reason. Then you found Gordon Ramsay shirt and it's like, oh, that's not a bad body. I'm like, what are we doing? Just looking up pictures of Jamie. We're trying to figure out how he talked, and then you like spend 10 minutes looking up him without a shirt on. I'm like,
I
Sam.
couldn't find a single picture.
No.
Because I was saying that he's not the picture of health. He's in West Virginia trying to tell kids they're fat, and he's not a grim. He's all right looking. I mean,
yeah, I guess you were trying to be like,
if he was like super cut.
If he was like ripped.
If he was super cut like that dude in that Indian movie that we watched.
Yeah, just leap over there.
Guys, do yourself a favor. Watch Krrish, Krrish, on Netflix. We have access to Taiwan Netflix, so maybe you guys don't get it.
Yeah, but if you can find that, it's a glorious amount of just...
Dude has 3 thumbs.
He's got 3 thumbs in real life. Make no attempt to hide it in the movies.
We'll give you a quick synopsis just to give it, but real quick. I mean, I know we're talking about Jamie Oliver shirtless, but hold
We're
on.
all over the place.
Should we reel it in?
No, fuck it. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, this movie Krrish is about a man whose dad is a space scientist who gets run off the road and he dies. But his pregnant wife gives birth to a mentally handicapped man.
Yes.
Who is mentally handicapped. And aliens come and cure his mental handicap, leave his body crippled, right? I mean, his body's still pretty fucked up.
Yeah, he's still odd.
And then he uses his intellect to make a computer that can see the future. But really what it sees is your imminent death.
And all it shows is the moment you die. Like, when Cyclops got tricked in Krull.
But I'm confused because it shows his death, but then he's not actually dead. Anyway, I spoiled it. But then the mentally handicapped guy who got his brain from aliens, has a son who has all of his genius, but his body isn't crippled. So he's like superpowered.
He's
like Superman.
He's like it's an Indian film that takes place in the Philippines.
Singapore.
Singapore.
There's an Indian movie that takes place in Singapore of a vigilante superhero named Krrish, who basically just jumps around, wears a fucking lightning bolt mask.
The movies want to be anything. They want to be Man of Steel.
It's a ripoff of X-Men and Man of Steel. The end is just Man of Steel. He's throwing the bad guy through. A bad guy who looks like he rolled around in an aluminum foil.
It's the worst. It's like he has a football uniform that someone spray painted.
Anyway, guys, Google that up. Google that. Yeah. It's great.
Krrish.
And Krrish is actually Krrish 2, and Krrish 3 is actually... No, Krrish 3 is Krrish 3.
Krrish 3... No. Krrish 3
is Krrish 3.
Yeah.
But Krrish is Krrish 2.
Yeah, and the first one doesn't even have Krrish in the title.
Because Krrish isn't born yet. Krrish is the mentally handicapped guy's son.
Right. So they make a movie.
The first movie, which we didn't see, we only started with Krrish, which is Krrish 2.
Yeah. So are you guys following this? Are you on board here? So Krrish 1 isn't called Krrish at all. It's just some other title. But then there's Krrish, which is actually Krrish 2, because then there's Krrish 3, which is actually Krrish 3.
We got into Krrish 3 thinking like, what the fuck? Where's Krrish 2? Because we watched Krrish. Okay, you guys get it.
Yeah, we watched Krrish 2. No, we watched Krrish, and we couldn't find Krrish 2.
People don't give a...
They don't care. Nobody cares.
So that guy looked good shirtless.
Yeah, Jamie Oliver couldn't find any proof whether he does or not.
Oh, he's a beautiful.
He did talk a little bit.
Had something in his mouth.
There's a bit of prosciutto on the front of the.
Why were we doing Jamie Oliver?
I don't know. We've lost our minds.
All right, let's do another article. Okay.
No, that's not why. There's a Jamie Oliver restaurant here in Taipei.
We did discover that in our research.
Yeah.
That was before I typed in shirtless.
Yeah. Anyway, it's something to do with meatballs or him being, I don't know, it's because he wasn't the epitome of fitness, and he's going and trying to make fat kids in West Virginia not be fat anymore.
Okay, thank you for bringing it back around.
Yeah, just in case everybody forgot.
All that Krrish talk.
All that talk about Krrish.
That's got a crazy movie. And then it's a bunch of music videos. Okay, here's another one I found myself. Teens seal their penis holes shut to avoid using condoms.
Is this what that man glue was supposed to be? Remember I found that, so we didn't talk about that, did we?
I don't know. Teens are sealing their penis holes closed. Why? Condoms are so cheap.
They're butt chugging stuff, but yeah.
Why would you I didn't click it, but in the little picture next to the article was a picture of super glue, a little tube of super glue.
I've accidentally glued my fingers to stuff a couple times, and there's a moment of panic that sets in. Just having my finger...
This is forever.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine the panic that would set in if I somehow glued my penis over.
You wouldn't be put any panic because they're doing it on purpose to avoid using condoms. But you gotta think, you have to pee eventually.
Or when you bust a nut, that's gotta go somewhere. You're gonna blow your dick up.
No. Didn't you tell me something like if you just push real hard on your taint, it'll like go into your bladder?
Yeah, there's a place there. I guess you'd have to figure that one out. I don't know why I'm pointing over here. I'm just like pointing.
You just point. I was like, what are you looking at?
I was pointing to that over there.
On my bed?
But no,
man, you can't do that to me.
If you... Yeah. Oh, right now, here we go.
Get on there.
Jamie Oliver shirtless on the bed. No, but you've got...
Shirt off in the pan.
Shirt off in the pan. That's more Gordon Ramsay, but anyway. Oh my God.
British chefs.
It's just British chefs, yeah. Shirt off in the bed. I bet he does. You think he talks to his wife like that? Tonight, we'll have a wonderful, locally sourced sex.
He would say coitus, I think.
Coitus. Locally sourced coitus. Shirt off in the bed.
I told one thing because I went to some restaurant and she'd never been there before. I was like, I've been there with Mike, friend of the show, Beautifax.
Yeah.
And she goes, do you have secret coitus?
Secret coitus.
And then she went, my English is so good.
Secret coitus. It sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Secret coitus, starring Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay.
They're competitive in the kitchen.
They're gluing their dicks shut. Teens, guys.
That risotto is shit. Shut off in the bed.
Yeah, okay.
You're gluing your penis shut. No, but if you did that, it's got to go somewhere.
Right.
You're going to mess your body up.
I mean, I guess they make things that do dissolve that.
Yeah,
Like if
but-
you glue your hand to something, there's some antidote that'll...
An antidote.
Well, there's something you could do that'll
Right.
dissolve it.
Yeah.
Right. Or like you can take
Like
the layer
mineral
of skin off
spirits.
or
Yeah, something. Yeah, you can get it off of there. But still, I mean,
I don't
see when a man rockets off, Rocket Man.
Don't rocket that in my face.
but they,
You did a gesture that came right at me.
but doesn't it come out of your penis at like 20 miles an hour or something? 27 miles an hour?
I've never clocked it, man.
Well, I haven't either. I don't have a fucking speed gun, but that's
Come on, baby, we're breaking the record.
Come on, clock it. Beep, 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 beep. That was it going off the scales, you know.
Right. But what people say that about sneezes and stuff. Like it comes out of your body at 30 miles an hour. What the fuck? What does that even mean?
Well, that means if you try and stop it, it's going to hurt. It's like,
You ever just put a thumb on there?
yeah, but eventually,
Or like just clench?
yeah, but yeah.
But teens are doing it to stop using condoms, man.
Yeah, I
Which
don't get
can,
that.
I can kind of understand.
You think that maybe they're afraid their parents will find them, or they'll?
A child is better than a broken dick. If I could never use my dick again, if I super glue my dick shut, I can't pee and I have to have a catheter the rest of my life.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Because first of all, condoms are cheap. You can get them free in a lot of places.
yeah. A lot of places just give them away.
Right. Well, what's
And
I
they're
don't-
super cheap. You think they're just embarrassed or afraid they're... That's got to be what it is. It got to be like, I don't want to get caught buying condoms.
I've never
I don't
understood that embarrassing.
I haven't
I've been
either.
like, I'm about to fuck.
Yeah. I
Hey,
don't,
lady at CVS, I'm about to fuck. Let me get that 2 foot long receipt.
yeah, with all the... Hey, I got 50 cents off dirt milk. Keep moving.
Don't question me. How dare you question me? We're going to use some locally sourced dirt milk.
Dirt milk. Shut off in the bed. Oh my God.
Well, teens are doing that.
Yeah, teens are doing it. Them teens, man.
All right, here's more in sex news. I got another sexy article.
Sexy one.
This one was sent to us by Sarah. Sexpot.
Sexy Sarah.
She's gonna like that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Fuck you guys. Wait, I'm not supplying anything anymore.
Sorry. This is brought to you by average female Sarah.
Yes, the completely asexual Sarah.
Yes.
Sarah bot, if you will.
Yeah, she buds asexually like a hydra.
As Sarahs do.
Bud asexually in the bed.
Okay, Elgin, Illinois woman hurt after fidget spinner got stuck in her vagina. What?
Got hurt.
Did they try to spin it while it was in there?
I don't-
What about that needs to be near? I mean, I guess maybe the flaps could get all tangled up. The flaps.
The flaps. They're very technical here. Very scientifically accurate.
Fidget spinner.
flap.
Who's playing with a fidget spinner near a naked woman?
My guess is they spun it on the clitoris.
All right, here's another one that I found myself.
I'm trying to just... Fidget spinner on clitoris in the bed.
Okay, all
I'm
right,
not
man.
letting it go. I'm not letting it go.
Here's another one I found myself. Thailand's stray dogs could become high-tech patrol unit.
Just one? They're gonna
Stray dogs could become one high-tech patrol unit.
so they're gonna like
Round them up.
Voltron them.
Put up. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think I know a little bit about what they're gonna do.
Dog Simba.
No, I
They're
read
gonna
this.
cover them with cameras and stuff, right? So they can
And when
detect
they
crime.
bark, it like tells the cops.
Hey, criminal.
Like they're barking at something. I guess it turns the camera on when they bark. We saw this. I think I saw this on Facebook. And I didn't really read it too much, but I kind of like peeked into it. Mm-hmm. They put a camera on a dog that turns on every time the dog barks.
Okay.
So that just like the cops are.
That's a good idea. I can get behind that anywhere, Thailand or not.
I mean, imagine stray dogs bark a lot of times when it's not bad guys.
Right. Let me rephrase that. That's a good idea if you own a dog, because every time
They're stray dogs.
I know. Oh God. I'm saying that if they're.
Oh God.
I understand, sir, but I'm saying I think it's a good idea if you owned a dog, you could equip it with a camera that every time your locally sourced dog barks, its camera would come on. So you could be like, "What's this guy barking at?"
Oh yeah.
You know, and you could see like some creepy dude like in your lawn.
I'm imagining a guy in a room like Cerebro.
Cerebro.
He's in a room like X-Men. He's in a room. It's all black, and he's got a fucking Oculus Rift on, and it's just dark. But every time a dog barks, the camera, and he can see.
He can see like a red dot opens up.
He's like, oh.
Yeah. And he's in the dog's vision.
And that guy gets real weird after a month of doing that.
Oh, I bet he's real weird before he starts it.
No, I bet you he was trained, peak mental capabilities.
And then once he's
And
in
they
there
put
for
him
a
in
month,
they put him in the dog eye.
and then now he's out. Yeah. Yeah. It's been
He's
a
more dog than man. He starts
is.
eating his food off the floor.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just being in a dark room, and the only thing you can see is through the eyes of a dog?
The Barculus Rift. And he's just stuck in there. It'd be interesting for a bit, but I bet you would become really detached from other people.
And then it basically, he's like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
He's too powerful. He has no.
He just leaves and goes, I think I'll
That guy?
I think
The guy who saw the dog cameras?
Yeah, how does he just go into space now?
Why did seeing the dog cameras give him powers?
I think I'll go make some dogs of my own. Okay, buddy. He's not the hero we deserve, but he's the one we needed. So long, Barkulus Rift.
That would be the most convoluted superhero.
Krrish 4.
Why isn't there a Krrish 4? I want it so bad.
That could be Krrish 4. I mean, it absolutely could.
We have an idea, guys, and don't TM. I even said it yet, but TM, don't you fucking steal our idea. Tell us what you think about our idea, though. Tweet at us, email us, just shout it in the streets. We'll hear it.
Yeah.
We want to watch foreign films without subtitles.
No subtitles.
And review them on YouTube.
And try and figure out what they're about and give them a review.
Because if we had been watching Krrish without subtitles,
that would have been...
Because the whole thing, because we watched Krrish 2.
Here we go. Yeah.
Which is just called Krrish.
This is trying to explain this is like one of those choose your own adventure books that someone ripped some pages out.
But the thing is, it was 3 hours long.
Yeah.
And there was no exposition until 2 hours and 20 minutes into the movie where it all happened all at once and then it all ended.
Yeah. He fought a bunch of ninjas on an island.
There was like 2 hours where it's literally just music videos where he's talking about how much he loves this girl and jumping up mountains because he's very strong.
Yeah. Climbing up mountains and fooling people into thinking he's a ghost.
And wearing basically Aladdin clothes.
He looked just like Aladdin.
Real ripped.
But he also plays his older father.
Really? We just want to talk about Krrish.
This is all we want to do. Come with us.
And the actor has 3 thumbs. Anyway.
But he plays his dad, who looks just like Link from Rhett and
Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah.
Like, just like him.
God damn!
Speaking of Subway meatballs,
Okay.
here's one I found myself in Subway meatball news. Here's one in the line of, every now and then we have like a theme of, what the fuck is this? What does this mean? It's like not even English. Mm-hmm. Hotel in Iraq tried to label meatballs in English, but ended up killing a man named Paul.
Krrish 4. Like, what? How?
I'm going to read it again. So there's a hotel in Iraq, and it was trying to label meatballs in English. So like they had a problem. They were called whatever it is in Iraqian.
Iraqian?
Iraq. What do they speak in Iraq? Arabian?
Iraqi.
They're trying to label him in English, but they ended up killing a man named Paul.
Did they turn him into meatballs? Meatball. I want you to turn Paul into meat.
Meatball?
Meatball. Did you say meatball or meat Paul? Meatball.
Do you want us to turn Paul into meat?
Meatball.
Okay.
Very good.
It's like some sitcom nonsense. We're like,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to do exactly that, no matter what the consequences.
From Perfect Strangers. Here's a reference probably from before your time.
What?
Perfect Strangers.
That Deep Purple song?
No, it's a sitcom called Perfect Strangers, and one of the guys was named Balky Bartakamos, and he was from the island of Meatballs, and that's the way he talked.
And he ended up killing a man named Paul?
Maybe. I didn't see the movie.
Meatball.
But I can see that. Meatball.
What's a word that means that's kind of close? Something that sounds like meat that could be kill.
Meat. Turn them into meat. Run into the grinder.
But you gotta make a leap.
Not if you're speaking in a second language. If they think that, if someone's trying to interpret that in English as being speaken in Dothraki, then
Dothraki.
Yeah, both Iraqi were speaking that. A little stretch. But he's saying, meat Paul.
I get it.
I mean, he's thinking, I already met Paul. What'd he do?
This is pretty high on my list of things we need to click.
Yeah, that's up there.
You know what? Do people listening research these articles by themselves? Because I've talked to a couple people who listen to the show, and they say they never look into it.
Yeah, that's what we've said a lot of times is how a lot of people get their news.
From us,
or other sources like Facebook. They just read that.
We're the #1 news source in America.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. I don't know.
Because there's a bunch on here. We could do a whole episode where it was just the card episode.
We go through them all.
Yeah, but we figure out how they meatball Paul.
The problem with that, though,
how they turned the turkey guy, all the turkey is the chicken's turkey, the ham's turkey, the turkey.
Oh, that's the thing at Subway facts. And then what was the other one? I don't remember.
Yeah,
but the problem with the card, and we've talked about this before, is if we click every single one of them, a lot of them are just going to be like,
some of them, exactly.
Here's something else in Middle Eastern news.
Okay.
Heinz no longer qualifies as ketchup in Israel. Why do they have ketchup laws? Because of
it's
kosher? Israel's a bunch of Jewish?
Israel's a bunch of Jewish.
Because kosher laws, like the way that they kill the tomato, they have to have a priest rabbi present?
I'm not sure, because it's the same way with a kosher pickle.
But I thought pickles are, that's really what that means?
Yeah, they're they're allowed to eat them. They're kosher pickles.
I understood things were kosher because of the way and it apparently is a really fucked up way to kill an animal if it has to be done kosher. You get to like bleed it out from the neck or something.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just talking. I don't know. And like a special rabbi's going to do it. Special meat rabbi. Yeah. Heinz isn't ketchup anymore.
Okay. I don't really know what to say about that. I guess it just... Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what goes into making a kosher pickle, though, to be honest.
But is ketchup a important part of the Jewish diet? That they have like these special laws for ketchup?
Maybe they put them on the matzo balls.
And did Heinz formula change slowly over the years, or did their definition of ketchup no longer include it?
Well, that's true. They could have changed... Something changed. Either Heinz changed the formula, now they're no longer kosher, or the kosher rules have changed, and they're no longer allowed that old formula of ketchup.
There are a bunch of really crazy Jewish rules where like you can't be seated next to a woman during a certain time of year. So like there's these like really rabbis that get on planes and they're like, you can't let her, and they act like the woman sitting next to them is the problem, not like you need to move her, not my seat.
Oh yeah.
Or like there's parts that can't fly over certain places or because they can't be in.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about it.
Religion.
Yeah.
Not in my America.
God damn!
All right, man. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Here's another one in more goofy news.
Okay.
We're going to sex it up again.
More sexy news.
Hey, Sarah, you ready for this?
Yep.
Woman arrested for cutting off husband's penis because he spent too much time playing golf.
Jeez.
How much golf was he playing?
He was playing a lot of golf.
Do you think this is one of those things where she never said anything about the golf? So he just thought like, yeah, man, no problem. She doesn't mind. And then one day she cut his dick off. Like it wasn't even a problem.
Like it built up.
Yeah.
Because we had this conversation earlier. You never know what a woman's thinking at the time. Yeah.
Sarah. This was alienating a lot of people.
You asexual hydra. But no,
anyone's like that though.
Yeah, if anybody can be like that.
I remember my dad would come home from work sometimes and have a big stressful day, and there'd be a wet towel in the bathroom, and he'd lose his goddamn mind. But it wasn't because of the wet towel.
Right.
He cut everyone's dicks off.
Exactly. Everybody's like that. But yeah, you don't know. That's where you got to talk. You got to fucking
communicate.
You got to communicate and be like, hey, why are you acting like that? What's going on? Like let's figure it out. Like, or if you're being a dick, being like, all right, I was being a dick. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but you
go from
there must have been something else.
He's playing too much golf
because that's bonkers on another level. If he's like, it's crazy to cut somebody's dick off.
Yeah, you gotta leave. I mean, super glue it first.
Yeah, at least super glue his dick shut while he's sleeping. But
maybe he was like cheating on her while he was playing golf.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's something else there because just cut somebody's dick off. Like I said, that's crazy enough as it is. But if you're cheating on somebody and you went into like a blind rage and cut somebody's dick off, it's still crazy. But more in the vein of like that's maybe something that will cross your mind. But if you're just playing golf, be like, he's playing golf again? Oh, cut his dick off.
I imagine a dick's a hard thing to cut off unless it's hard. Like a soft dick would just like fucking evade that knife.
Unless you use scissors. Oh, yeah, we both just cringed really hard.
Oh, no.
Because you know it would make a sound like... like the fatty part on a pork chop.
Oh, why? What are you doing?
No.
Okay.
Took the jam out of our donut. Yeah, guy was playing too much golf.
Got what he deserved.
Fellas, keep it in check.
Sarah. Here's another one I found myself. The future of funerals? Robot priest launched to undercut human-led rights. Who would sign up for the robot priest? I mean, I would. I guess.
Yeah, you said I'm thinking like, I
would, but I'm going to be planning a funeral for someone else who probably wouldn't.
Oh, I thought you were saying you'd plan it for your own funeral.
But just throw me in a river.
Just throw me in the garbage, yeah.
Some cats eat me.
Our John, friend of the show, we had a conversation the other day. He's dead.
He's now a robot priest.
He's a robot priest. We had a conversation the other day. He's going back to school, or no, he's in grad school. He's going for counseling because he said that's one of the few jobs that'll probably be left in like 30-20 years whenever robots take over. And I was like, yeah. And
apparently not.
But no, he was saying like, yeah, there's some big thing that like 30% of all like industrial jobs in the next, or maybe more than that in the next.
Right.
I don't remember the
but new jobs will come out.
Yeah, they're going to have to have people building the robots, right?
Right.
Who will watch the Watchmen?
I mean, can you imagine going to a funeral
and it's a robot?
Fucking robot wheels, because they don't have the technology there yet.
You think it's like the robot preacher from Futurama? It's like, we are gathered here today.
Listen, if I die unexpectedly,
Can I dress up like a robot and do that?
yes, that, but also get someone, like, if you don't have the gall to do it because you're just too sad, mourning my death, we're such good buddies.
That would make me feel better.
Do you think you would stand at my funeral and be like, we'll gather here today?
Yeah, because I knew you'd get a kick out of it.
Would
if
you do
were
it in
still alive.
blackface if it was my last wish?
In blackface?
In Taiwan, you'd be in blackface, dressed as a robot, in Taiwan.
Oh my God.
Doing that. It's my last wish. It's on the podcast. Everyone knows.
If you had it written down.
No, it's on the podcast. Don't edit this out. Fuck you.
I won't. Okay, I won't. Yeah, I would.
It'd be funny if you edited it out like, I never heard it. I don't know what you're talking
I didn't know
about.
what to talk about. I ain't blackface and nothing. Yeah, I'd do it. I mean, if it's your
There's
last
a
wish,
point-
your last will and testament.
I don't think a lot of people would maybe agree with this sentiment I'm about to say. But there's a point at which, if you're absurd enough and crazy enough, and if your racist stereotypes get to a big enough cartoonish level, it stops being racist and it starts being like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's the malice behind racism. That's the whole. You know what I mean? It's the misintent.
Yeah. I don't really know what I mean.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. There's it's a fine line because you either that's going to work or you're never going to work again. No one will ever hire you. They'll just be like, hey, this guy dressed up as a black-faced robot.
Black-faced robot?
Is this your employee?
That's gotta be
He's
a thing,
Nazi.
because there was this thing where there was this style, like this style called Ganguro or something in Japan, where these girls would get super tan and they dye their hair blonde.
Yeah.
So there's a Pokemon called Jinx that's like black skin with big red lips and it has blonde hair and like white. So, but it looks kind of like those racist cartoons,
Right, from back in the...
or like, with those Jim Crow shows, whatever. They like get on stage and they do that, the blackface.
Right.
But it's not that. It's the style of those weird girls in Japan.
Yeah. They get super dark tan and bleach their hair blonde.
Right, so
So
if
you have
you're-
really long, like bedazzled fingernails.
So if you're a robot in blackface, I mean, that's too many things removed, I think.
Yeah, a robot don't know.
Well, you program it to know.
Yeah.
You program it to read the last... Right. Can you imagine this? Okay, let's take this another step further.
Okay.
In a world where robots are cutting people's jobs, they're taking people's jobs. In a world, one man puts on metal armor and pretends to be a robot priest.
In a world.
I'm saying, okay, robots are undercutting human life. I guess because you don't have to pay the robot. So what the fuck are you going to do as a person? No one's going to give you money. No one's going to pay you in Subway sandwiches to be a robot priest.
At your funeral?
No, I'm saying... Oh, okay.
I was like, I thought I was just doing that for free as a goof because you put it in your last will and testament.
I'm saying...
I'm not going to get paid in turkey meatballs.
If people are being replaced by robots, people should start pretending to be robots so they can work. But the problem with that is no one's going to pay the robot. So
Right.
I just came up with a hole in my own...
I see your train of thought. Like, oh, well, I'll just pretend to be a robot because they're taking our jobs, but nobody's paying the robots. And you might accidentally get electrocuted or kicked because they don't think a robot has feelings, and then you start crying, change the game.
And then your tears will just short circuit.
No, you're not really a robot.
You gotta pretend.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
So this is what it's like when robots cry.
God damn!
Here's another one I found myself. Your hair extensions might be goat hair or hair from a corpse. Who's shaving corpses? You know what's great about things is...
Here's what's great about things.
Here's what's great about things is you think like, oh, this wig came from a corpse. Ugh. But wigs are other people's hair a lot of times.
Yeah.
So sometimes alive people give their hair and then they die. So you're wearing a dead person's hair.
Yeah, eventually.
So if you're shaving corpses, that corpse isn't using that hair.
Right.
Shave the corpse.
Just
Make
get the
a
hair.
wig. Shave the corpse. Save the cheerleader. Save the world.
Yeah, well, yeah. Somebody dies with a luscious head of hair. Do they donate it? I bet they don't just take it. You've got to donate it like an organ, I bet.
I bet you they do, but I bet you there are some places where they do shave people down.
No, I'm thinking it's coming off their head. They're not making a wig out of just shaggy body man.
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, I bet you there are places where like the corpse is about to get cremated or whatever, and there's a guy who's just fucking shaving
yeah.
people's heads and then throwing the hair in
Or
a
it's like a
box.
closed casket.
He's
sort
got
of thing.
3 boxes. One that says red, one that says black, and one that says blonde. And he just he throws it in the box. Like, where are you getting all his hair?
And a redhead. There's some.
Oh, red. I said red. Oh, gray? Did I say gray? Most people, I bet the gray box is the biggest
He's
box.
got all the hair boxes.
Okay, all right.
And he's buzzing the hairs.
Well, merkins are a thing too, man. I bet you we can shave down
Is
there.
that other still a thing?
I don't know.
Who's wearing a merkin?
And what does it clip to? It clips to
think
your distinct, like the hair you already have?
I mean, back in the day, it was to show because,
You would smooth. I thought you shaved smooth so you don't get lice. And then
or you would have, or if you caught lice, genital
shave
lice,
everything.
You shave everything. But then if someone saw, if you dropped your drawers and someone's like, this is back in the day. It was like, oh man, you don't have anything down there. You must have lice. So people wear fake pubic hair to make it look like they never had lice.
That's changing the game, man.
That changed the game.
Professor Merkin changed the game.
Professor Merkin.
Merle Merkin.
Merle Merkin. I have idea.
Where'd you get all that money, man?
Selling just shaved the body.
My grandfather was Merle Merkin.
My grandpa, yeah, he set up a big trust fund. Funny thing though, whole business founded on mistrust.
Like most good businesses.
Yeah.
But I don't have any problem with them making wigs out of goat hair.
I don't have
corpse, or corpse hair.
I don't have
the
any.
thing
I'm
is,
not wearing
get more
wigs.
use out of corpses.
Yeah.
Grind their bones up.
Give their bones to people.
Turn them into keyboards and stuff.
Yeah, have a keyboard full of
Can you
teeth.
imagine it? Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be like something we found on that Shark Glove website. Here's
Yeah.
a keyboard made out of my teeth.
I've always wanted to buy a skull and just like keep a skull here. Mm-hmm. But I'm not a superstitious person, but I don't really know.
I'm not superstitious, but I'm afraid that if something ever clicked in my head and I wasn't the same anymore, the last thing I would need around is a skull to start talking to.
What? You're just afraid you're going to go crazy? If you're going to go crazy, you can talk to fucking anything.
Yeah, but I'd be more likely to talk to a human skull as I would that ball laying over there or the trash can.
Why?
Because it looks like it's a person. So if your brain clicked and you went off,
I know what I'm getting you for Christmas now.
you just hear me in my room just talking.
I'm
I'm
like
like,
skullsunlimited.com.
you're right, Professor Merkin.
To be or not to be. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
Oh, that is the question, is it not? Another sip of juice box, Mr. Skull?
If you were just in there doing Shakespeare in like a New York accent.
What is noble in the minds? Or John F. K.
John F. Mr. Gorbachev. No, that's not him.
Not him. That was Ronald Reagan.
Tear down this wall.
Tear down this wall.
70 years ago.
just random nonsense.
I did not chop down that cherry tree. What are we even talking
I
about?
don't know. I did not inhale.
I've never even seen a woman.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
Now you sound more like George Bush, not George Bush Sr. Not going to raise the taxes.
George Bush Sr. or George Bush Jr.?
Senior. Not going to lower the taxes. Just
Not going to lower them. Not going to raise them. Not going to lower them. Texas. I've always thought it'd be funny
America.
to have. This is what we're doing now. We're just doing bad impressions.
The people of the Union of the United States of America.
Shirt off in the bed.
That's going to do it for us this week on the Royal We. I want to thank... No, the card.
Oh, we got a card. Ooh, yeah.
Oh. What are we going to click? Who are we going to click? Future
God damn
bots,
it,
robot
dude.
bots? What?
I looked at one on your list.
That you didn't click? That I didn't click?
Yeah, that's killing me.
All right, which one?
Have we already talked about it?
I don't know. Which one?
Monkey controls advanced robot using its mind.
No, we didn't talk about that. You want to get into it?
I guess we can. I don't know.
No, let's save that for next
Let's
week.
save it for next time. Tune in next week.
For Monkey Controls Advanced Robot Using Its Mind. Sent in by John.
Yeah, friend of the show.
Okay, Thailand straight. I know we know about that one. Fidget spinner vagina.
Nah.
Teens sealing their dicks shut. Subway sandwich airplane. There was one that we definitely wanted to
There was
know.
one that where like you said that has my. Oh, it was
Hotel Paul. Meatball Paul.
Yeah, Meatball Paul. Meat Paul.
Let's play the card.
Let's play the card. Okay, the picture that came up just says Paul is dead. It says Herbal is the Erbil is the name of the hotel. Herbal.
That's not what's funny.
That's funny to me. It's a funny word. Herbal International Hotel.
They didn't really kill anyone named Paul.
Paul is dead.
So, I guess in Arabic,
Well, I'm glad for Paul, but this is
Paul's not really dead. That's a little bit of sensationalism.
it is sensationalism.
Number 5. Well, so there's
Chris,
this one, 11. You never guess what.
make sure to read to the end. Whoa.
Okay, so the apparently in Arabic, may it ball sounds like dead, like may it ball, meatball. In English sounds like may it ball, which is dead Paul in Arabic. I don't know, but so they translated it to Paul is dead.
That's like
so
Cockney slang.
It's like
May it Paul, meatball, may it meatball, dead Paul. Paul is dead. Meet Fred. Knock you in the head. No head, Fred. Shut off in the bed.
because it rhymes, you fucker. I was like, where does it come out? You looked at me like,
Oh, yeah.
Looks like saying, like the jokes were coming through your fingers.
The more I tighten my grip, the more jokes slip through my fingers.
So that's great. Paul is
Yeah.
dead. All right.
That was all right. Well, that was worth it.
The card was worth it. I want to thank Kishi Bosch for lyrics and song intro / Pathos. Pathos off the album 151A. I want to thank Sarah. I want to thank John. No, John's next week. I want to thank Charles for this sound effect.
God damn!
Yeah.
And
The V.
the V for them. That Harry Potter hot tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good. Wrapped up all nice.
There's more business. Oh, if you guys want to send us headlines, and you should, you guys can do that at Royal Recast.
At Gmail.
Wait, doesn't Good Mythical Morning do that? And you should. Did I just steal that from them?
I don't know.
We got to listen back. They do mail on Thursdays. Did I just steal that from them?
I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry, guys.
If so, sorry.
Sorry,
And also check
Redneck.
out Krrish because we need to tweet at him a picture of that because he looks exactly like
Link, he does. We should check out. You guys check out Krrish. Guys, also just check out Good Mythical Morning. Check out Jamie Oliver shirtless. Google that.
If you can find it, send it to us. Send it to Sam.
He wants it.
He wants it.
Any more Harry Potter facts? You can send that to us too. No, you can do that at Royal Weekcast on Gmail. At Royal Weekcast on Gmail, or also send us sound effects, little clips, get us between stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, Dad.
Good night.
Thank you guys for listening.
Good night, Dad. On the bed. Fuck it.
Stuck the landing.
I'm a big boy and I want my sandwiches all to be pizza.